movie begins with an American couple, Ben and Louise, along with their sweet daughter Agnes, enjoying a vacation in Italy. At the same pool, another couple, Patty and Ciara, are having fun, swimming and enjoying each other's company. Patty serves his wife a beer, and Ben, noticing this, offers Louise a drink as well. Louise declines, saying it's too early and that Ben can have one if he wants.
Is this chair free?
No, yeah, sure.
Later, as Ben and Louise are coming downstairs from their hotel room, Ben spots Patty and Ciara dancing through an open window. Louise quickly pulls him away. While Ben, Louise, and Agnes are out for a walk, Agnes loses her emotional toy, Hoppy. She becomes anxious and starts crying. Louise tries to calm her down while Ben searches everywhere for the toy, but Hoppy is nowhere to be found. Ben returns and sees Patty and Ciara handing Hoppy back to Agnes.
Oh, and has some trouble communicating, so he can be a bit insecure.
Nice Vespa.
Got her from Paolo on the front desk.
Oh.
It's an absolute blast. You should try. I promise. I'll be really, really safe.
Okay.
See you guys in a sec.
Patty then invites them to a nearby restaurant, recommending it for its good food. Initially, Ben and Louise decline, but they finally agree to join. During the meal, Ben shares that he plans to move to London to find a new job. He expresses his love for London, but adds they are still figuring things out, which prompts a slightly awkward reaction from Louise. He reveals that they live just 2 hours from Paris and Rome, which makes travel easy, but they haven't visited yet. Patty encourages them to go. As the conversation continues, Patty tells him that he's a doctor as well. Meanwhile, Agnes and Ant start playing together, which leads to Patty revealing that Ant has congenital aglossia, meaning he has a very small tongue, which prevents him from speaking.
Layman's terms, he was born with a much smaller tongue than you or I. It makes it hard for him to communicate.
Torsten?
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi.
We're debating toilet paper protocols. So, to scrunch or to fold, what do? Ben and I, we worry that if you fold, you risk a puncture and you get a bit of poo on your finger. So, what should we do? Get another 3 chairs?
I don't know.
Cool.
You terrible, terrible.
Weeks later, after returning home, Ben tries to put Agnes to bed. He suggests that Hoppy should get a new room after Christmas, hinting it's time to move on from her toy. Agnes looks upset, and frustrated, Ben walks out, insisting it's unhealthy for her to cling to a stuffed toy. Louise quickly silences him, warning that Agnes might hear. Ben replies it's probably better if she does. Louise asks if everything is okay. Ben reveals he got a call from a headhunter and hasn't secured a job yet. To lighten the mood, she mentions Patty wrote them a letter inviting them to their farmhouse in Devon, suggesting it would be a nice change for everyone, especially for Agnes and Ant. Ben thinks it's a great idea, but Louise hesitates, feeling strange about spending a weekend with people they barely know. Disappointed, Ben agrees with her. But seeing his face, Louise quickly changes her mind. Patty and Ciara warmly welcome them inside. Ciara shows Louise to their room, while Patty hands Ben a beer, proudly mentioning he made it himself. Ciara takes Agnes to her room, which she shares with Ant, who is shy. When Agnes sees her mattress on the floor, she looks disappointed, but Louise encourages her. At dinner, Louise gifts a beautiful candle to Patty and Ciara, while Ben gives Ant a football. Patty smiles, saying they didn't need to bring gifts.
When Paddy heard you were coming, he butchered Libby, our prize goose, and has been hanging her in the outhouse.
Ta-da!
Libby and orange.
And now, Louise, my love, is the best part of the roast.
Can I help out with anything?
Ah, what a chance. Yeah, that would be great. Come on, mate.
Later, sitting together, Louise comments on how peaceful the house is, and asks about neighbors. Patty mentions people across the valley keep an eye on each other from a distance. He reflects on how advanced technology has become, but deep down, people are still like cave dwellers. Social media is just fake life, he says, whereas here, they are honest. Ciara adds in, recalling how, when they first arrived, she felt like she was going to die without the internet for half an hour, calling it their digital detox. Later, while cleaning her teeth, Louise finds a piece of meat stuck between them, making her feel nauseous. When they get into bed, she notices stains on the sheets and becomes frustrated. Ben tries to calm her, explaining that they're in a farmhouse, and it's normal. Louise can't shake the feeling that it's odd for a doctor to live in such a messy place. Ben reminds her this isn't America. Just as they settle in, Agnes comes, unable to sleep. Louise pulls her into bed and uses a breathing app to help her relax. Ben turns off the light, promising they're going to have a wonderful weekend, and soon they all fall asleep. The next day, they head out for a hike. Patty tells Agnes about the different kinds of gills on plants, and Ciara warns her about sharp fire thorns. Patty then shows them how to make fire. Suddenly, he spots a fox in the distance.
See? Cheeky bastard.
Mom. Excuse me. Do you think you could move, honey, so that Agnes can have a swing?
Give you a piggyback, yeah? Come on. Go. Give Agnes a push.
Good boy. You flaring up?
Yeah, it's just a...
May I?
Oh.
Your levator scapulae is like a rope.
They head to a nearby hill where Patty explains that cold water is clinically proven to reduce inflammation. Ciara strips down, revealing scars, which surprises Louise. When asked, Ciara explains they're from falling off a ladder while picking apples, dismissing Patty's playful comment about last night.
One, go!
Can you swim?
Yeah. Same way I learned. Sink or swim.
But you go ahead.
Okay.
As Louise dries Agnes's hair, the hairdryer suddenly sparks, causing her to become frustrated. Ben quickly reassures her and suggests she take a nap, but Louise, with a hint of sarcasm, refuses, sleeping in their dirty bed. Just then, Ciara enters, inviting them to a local one-table restaurant for dinner and praising the chef, Mike. Ben agrees, but after Ciara leaves, he asks Louise if she still finds the situation unpleasant. Louise remains silent, and Ben tries to ease the tension. Once they're ready and downstairs, Louise compliments Ciara's dress, and Patty remarks that they only spend money on making memories. Louise wonders if Aunt is coming with them, but Ciara introduces Mujid, their babysitter, explaining that the dinner is for adults only. Although concerned about Agnes, Patty reassures her that Mujid is a trusted teacher. Reluctantly, Louise agrees to leave Agnes behind. On the drive to the restaurant, Patty's reckless driving makes Ben consider speaking up, but Ciara announces their arrival, and Ben is struck by the restaurant's beauty. Once seated, Patty boasts about Mike's locally sourced food. When Louise mentions she's vegetarian, Patty is surprised, reminding her of the roasted meat she ate the night before. Louise explains she didn't want to offend them back then, and they quickly agree to move on. Mike arrives with the food, proudly announcing its purity and local sourcing. Meanwhile, back at the farmhouse, Aunt and Agnes play hide-and-seek with Mujid. Aunt leads Agnes to his father's room, signaling her to be quiet as he picks up one of Patty's watches. Before Agnes can grasp what's happening, Mujid enters, and Aunt quickly returns the watch to its place.
So you went the other way, or?
Saved me from the pit, straightened me out.
And we still, every day.
Every day.
Sometimes we role play.
Yeah.
No.
Seriously? Sir? Mm-hmm. How was your food? Oh, sir, I think you've dropped your napkin. I'll sort that out for you.
I love this woman.
Meanwhile, in the farmhouse, Aunt wakes Agnes, whispering for her to be quiet as he shows her marks on his body, trying to communicate something. They quickly pretend to be asleep when they hear noises. It's Ciara and Louise checking on them. Later, Patty returns to his room and sees the watch Aunt was holding earlier, raising his suspicions. Later that night, Louise wakes up to check on Agnes and finds both Agnes and Aunt missing. Panic sets in as she searches the house and discovers Agnes sleeping in Patty and Ciara's bed. Furious, she quietly takes her daughter and insists they leave immediately. Though reluctant, Ben agrees. On their way to London, Agnes remembers she left Hoppy behind. Ben offers to buy her a new one, but Agnes grows anxious about parting with Hoppy.
Agnes, you gotta grow out of this. You're almost 12 years old.
Ben, it's not helpful.
Hey, enough!
Hey!
We can't leave him there. We can't leave him there. You're gonna do that to Hoppy. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Once back at the farmhouse, Ben tells Louise and Agnes to wait in the car while he goes inside. When he doesn't return, Louise heads in and finds Patty and Ciara arguing with Ben, who defends his choice to leave without informing them. Louise interjects, saying they crossed a line by letting Agnes sleep with them. Ciara bursts into tears, claiming it's her fault and laments being a protective mother. Louise suggests they should have communicated better. In a shocking revelation, Ciara shares that she lost a daughter, Mari, at 12 weeks. Louise is taken aback as Ciara explains how she heard Agnes crying, but didn't go to Louise because she feared disturbing her. Instead, she brought Agnes to her bed. They apologize, and Patty suggests they should check on the chickens. Though reluctant, they agree. While Ciara talks about her miscarriages, Aunt sits nearby, trying to explain something to Agnes. He tries to tell her something by giving her a note, but she struggles to understand the language. When he sees Ciara approaching, he quickly eats the note, leaving Agnes confused. Agnes tells her mom about the incident, and Louise reassures her that it's normal behavior. Just as Agnes tries to elaborate, Sierra interrupts with carrots for peeling, distracting her.
Oh, God. What happened? Honey, I don't know the tap.
You all right?
God, there's a doctor in the house.
I'm not a doctor. Sometimes when I meet new people, I'll get a little bit self-conscious. Let's get that fixed. Where's the plasters? Look at their faces. Of course I'm a bloody doctor. They say it smells like a rugby club locker room.
Agnes, why don't you and Aunt show us your dance routine y'all been working on?
Great. Yeah, but he's got no rhythm at all, and he's spoiling the routine.
Aunt, come on, mate. Feel the music. This is the one
Problem?
Patty. Listen to the way you talk.
Go to your room!
Patty!
Ben, tipsy from alcohol, asks for coffee, and Louise agrees. While Ben makes coffee and Patty dozes off, Aunt seizes the opportunity to steal Patty's keys. He pretends to play football with Agnes, but leads her to a barn room. Inside, Agnes feels scared as they explore the basement filled with bags, shoes, and mobile phones. Aunt finds a book showing pictures of people Patty and Ciara have killed, even revealing his family, and expressing that his tongue was cut by scissors. Aunt warns they are next. Terrified, Agnes takes pictures of the evidence and they sneak out. Agnes tells Aunt she plans to show the pictures to her mom. Aunt sneaks back to return the keys to Patty's room. Meanwhile, Agnes injures herself with a thorn to get her mother's attention. She goes to Louise, pretending it's her first period. Louise takes her to the bathroom, assuring her it's normal. But Agnes cries, showing Louise the horrifying pictures. While Ben, Patty, and Aunt play football outside, the ball rolls near the barn room, and Patty notices the basement door is not properly closed. This confirms his suspicions about Aunt. Just then, Louise approaches, telling Ben that Agnes is calling for him. When Ben checks, Louise reveals everything she's discovered about Patty and the murders. Ben is terrified but tries to stay calm. Louise searches the bathroom and finds a blade, which she hides in her pocket for safety. They plan to use Agnes's first period as an excuse to leave without raising suspicion.
Hey, how is she?
Oh, she's pretty freaked out.
Does she want to lie down, or?
No, I think she just wants her own bed, right?
Yeah, you're not a girl anymore. You're a woman now. Would you like a drop of brandy?
No, I think we're gonna hit the road.
You guys have been.
Just a breath of fresh air.
It's very sweet of you to say.
And Louise insists they need to leave because Agnes isn't feeling well. Patty agrees, but mentions one of their car tires is punctured. Ben offers to call for roadside assistance, but Patty refuses, saying he'll handle it as their host. Patty takes Ben to the garage to grab tools while Louise and Agnes wait. After changing the tire, they prepare to leave. As they're about to drive off, Agnes hugs Aunt and whispers they won't leave him behind. Ben asks Aunt to open the gate. As they drive away, Agnes cries, refusing to leave Aunt. Louise assures her they will return for him.
Just smile and wave. Bye.
Put your hand in the lake!
Hey, take the wheel. Just try.
Oh, shit!
Patty forces Louise to transfer $200,000 into his account and send emails to their landlord and Agnes's school, claiming they're moving to their hometown, ensuring they disappear without a trace. Ben, desperate to protect his family, pleads with Patty, saying he loves them and will comply as long as they remain safe. After the transfer, Patty prepares to inject Agnes with veterinary ketamine. Louise, recalling the hidden blade, attacks Patty in a moment of desperation.
I was on Mrs.
Baby.
Hey, they're in your house.
They see your face, Mike? Then you are in this.
Ben, overwhelmed with guilt, breaks down, but Louise encourages him to be strong for their daughter. The lights go out, and Louise deduces that Patty's gang is trying to scare them. Ben suggests setting the barn on fire by using alcohol to signal for help. They prepare the fire, but Mike starts shooting. Ben drops the bottle, but Louise fires back, allowing Ben to retrieve it. He throws it, but it lands on Patty's car, igniting it. Furious, Patty orders Mike to the roof, while Ben and Louise hide the children in a closet. As they brace for a fight, Louise finds an acidic cleaner, and Ben grabs a hammer. Mike breaks in through the roof and window. Patty and Sierra regroup, and a cough from Aunt gives away their hiding spot. Patty finds the closet, but Louise distracts him with a phone and attacks him with acid, causing him to scream in agony.
Go, fight!
You have to go now. You gotta get after them, all right?
Ben and Louise take the children to the roof, where they see a ladder for escape. Agnes climbs first, but Sierra appears, pointing gun. In a desperate move, Louise knocks Sierra off the roof with a brick. Hearing Sierra's fall, Patty goes into a rage. Ben, determined to protect his family, jumps from the roof despite Louise's protests. He fractures his leg but sets the ladder upright, allowing Louise and the kids to descend. Just as they think they're safe, Patty appears, aiming a gun at Agnes.
Hey! Hey! You throw that gun, Ben. Oh, my darling. You took my Kira away from me. We'll look after each other. Yeah. Come on.
With Patty finally dead, they return to their car. Agnes hands Aunt Hoppy, and as they drive away, he breaks down in tears, still shaken by the horrors they've just faced. I hope you enjoyed this recap, and if you did, then please subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, turn on the notification bell, and share the video for more awesome movie recaps. Thank you for watching.